Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Project Ozone. So, first up, since last episode, I did a bit of work over in the Mercury base, just kind of expanding on what we had done, adding additional lines and stuff like that. The chemical washers and stuff, there's 4 lines now that all pump into the, 2 sets of each factory. And I added upgrades and stuff across the board, and yeah, a lot of work over there. And then in addition, I also expanded our brine production by a little bit. We have a few more towers that are currently running, and also I went over to Mars and built out a little segment of the base that we're going to be using today. Okay, so today, first up, I want to finish getting this import. Finally, we'll get around to getting this import set up. Now, I will say that I had a super spam of bows and junk, and I did set up a little bit of it. And I'll just quickly go over. Most of the stuff is really straightforward, honestly. But if you take a look here, there's a modular storage. There's an export bus exporting gold equipment, stone swords, and bows. And it has a fuzzy card, 2 capacity cards, and an acceleration card. The fuzzy card is split damage at 99%. Okay, so it's exporting all that armor into the storage bus. I did want to give it some kind of a buffer, in the event that we get a large, I guess, excess of it. I will say that with the modular storage, it's not, with the export bus, instead of that being a storage bus, it's not quite as important, but I figured a buffer, just in case, And then what happens is it gets pumped out into this conduit line. Plus, I have conduits running through here. It just makes it a little bit easier setting this stuff up. And the conduits pump straight into here on the pink channel, and then they're pumped out on the green channel. Wait, actually, I don't want it pumping out at all. I just want insert. My bad. Okay, so anyways, but so now that's working. Okay, so it's producing the stuff that we need and pumping out all the equipment. Very, very simple adjustment. Now we need to actually set up the rest of this stuff. Of course, the essence is set up already. The compactors that are making the loot bags, that's partially set up, but it's getting pumped into this autonomous activator. It's activating it on this chest. Now we need to do something with all this stuff, okay? Diamond horse armor, we have a grinder here. A pulverizer. It's still set up with a filter, and it should be pulverizing that diamond horse armor. So that's not really an issue. But we have to set up this chest, have the artifact stuff go somewhere. And so what we're going to do, let me get some conduits here. And we're just going to plug up our crafty crate again. Set it right there. And then we're going to put crafting pattern number 1 on there. And then if we just plug this, if we just plug this up real quick. Of course, brown is the extract on this. And what we'll do is we'll have item conduit here. We'll say you can insert on brown only. And it looks like right now it's okay, it's dumping every single thing. Okay, and we're going to put a mod-based item filter. This is the one that we used to have that's saved to artifacts. And we need to actually pump this out. We need to pump it out quick, actually, because this will this will have a negative impact on the system. Okay, so we're going to pump out on, let's say, cyan. Okay, cyan's going to be the line that goes straight into the chest in this setup. So let me get back over there, and we'll say that's disabled. We're going to say that you can insert on the cyan line, because anytime something goes through that crafty crate one time, then it should be able to be pumped out. Okay, and then let me get some acceleration cards, because not acceleration cards, item conduit speed upgrades. Oh wait, these conduits don't connect. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to, okay, I tell you what, I'm going to change the line here to black. All the essence stuff's going to be black. Insert on black, extract on black. Because I don't want all this essence to go into like compactors and stuff like that. But we do need it to go somewhere. Okay. So we'll set that to black. Okay. So that's all configured now, and now we can actually connect these lines. It shouldn't be an issue. I do have this pulverizer that pulls out. Let's see. Well, that's pulling out on cyan line. So we'll just connect up that. Okay. Now all the items get filtered out of the hopper and dumped into that ender chest. Okay? So that is all working wonderfully. Now, this, I still have to actually configure this to pump out the items. So what we're going to do is we are going to just, let me actually get another mod-based filter. And we'll just say that you can't pump out the artifact stuff. That should be fine. And then we'll just grab ourselves some mana essence. And set up a filter here and say, that's extracting that. Okay. We're going to say that you have the mod item filter. We're going to set up artifacts. We'll say blacklist and always active. And then we're going to change this color over to cyan. And I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's also set this that accepts the diamond horse armor. We're going to set this to cyan as well. Okay. And then I think everything's pretty well situated. That filing cabinet can actually go. Okay. Yeah, that's all sorted. So this chest here, what is it even importing? Okay, it's importing all of that stuff. Gets pumped out of there. Okay, that's perfect. And that is a priority of 20. Okay, good. No, actually, I want this to be cyan. That's going to be a cyan line. That's going to be a cyan. Yeah. Yeah. Because this is going to pull everything out. Sorry. This is going to pull everything out. Anything that can go through this filter, whoops, will get sent through that filter. And then anything that can't, you know, diamond horse armor will go down here. Other stuff will go in that. And then other stuff will go in that. Okay. So now all we have to do is connect that up. And we should see, yep, all the items are getting pumped out. Now another thing I would like to get is more item conduit speed upgrades. So we'll get, say, 20 of those. I need to check on the iron production, because, I mean, that stuff's still plugged up, but I don't know for sure if, whoops, I don't know why I ordered item conduits. Okay, we'll throw some speed upgrades into that. And there we go. It's going to start emptying this stuff out pretty quickly. Okay, so that is set up. I'm perfectly happy with that. Now the filing cabinet, like I said, that's not needed. We have a place upstairs for potions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move those in just a moment. This, I believe all this just extracts into the system, I think. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. Now all this just pumps straight into that. So, alright. So that we don't have to change anything about it. It's working perfectly. Okay, so all of this stuff should be done now. What was happening before that was causing crashes with Crafty Crate is just backup. It was basically a lot of issues whenever I was changing it over. The stuff wasn't going anywhere, and it was just kind of backing up the system. So that was on me, honestly. Alright, so let's take this filing cabinet. We have a filing cabinet up here that's actually accepting the potions, so we don't actually need this one here. It's like, yeah, this one right here. So we'll just set that there. We'll say extract, always active, and then insert. Okay, and we'll let that kind of empty out. And now, really I should have moved that filing cabinet before. I totally forgot about it whenever I was moving those, or setting those up. Oh wait, I don't need to flip these switches. I need to flip this one. There we go. And so now mobs can spawn again in full force. They have been spawning a little bit, but for the most part I've left this turned off just because items would have been a wreck had I not, honestly. Okay, so we've got that, and I think everything should be good now. I don't think I have any, like, loot bags, for example. I do. I need to pump those out into the system. How did I get 2 good reward bags in here? What is this? I don't even know. Artifact diamond armor and a speed belt. Okay. Must be with, like, how much I care about the loot bags at this point, or something. And we'll throw that back into there. Okay, so these loot bags, I need to get these pumping out of the system. So let's just get ourselves an export bus. And we'll grab ourselves some brown smart cable. And of course, this is just going to be temporary. This is just to get the loot bags out of the system and everything. So we need to send them up to this autonomous activator. Export bus on there. We'll say take those legendary loot bags. And then acceleration card city. Oh, and I need to set the front here to... Would it be this one? Yeah. There you go. Lots of legendary loot bags for you. That crafty crate's probably going to be running pretty heavy for a minute. Now, I think that's it. It'll pump out all the rest of those loot bags, and then this can go. That can go. Now, I don't think we have some chain chests. These are ones that just haven't, I guess haven't, I don't know. Let me go check the filter. Not for sure if, okay, I think we're going to have to set this up. I've got a line here that connects to this modular storage that takes in all the chain stuff. But this was actually just to speed it up, to get the stuff out of the system. I tell you what, I guess that's pumping out on pink. Okay, I tell you what I can do. I can, on the storage bus, I'm just going to add, since I've already got this set up, we'll just add chain stuff to this. And then if I throw this stuff into here, it should get pumped out. Okay. And it's pumping the chain stuff into the trash can. Okay, that works perfect. So let me just set up the rest of these into that storage bus. I think my main priority was just getting the bulk of it out of the way. And I didn't worry about chain or something. I don't know. So that's getting pumped out. Alright, so no more chests. Aside from that Zavesio, and then repaired iron armor. And then we've got helmets. I've got a little bit of iron in here. I could pump it out to the smelters, but I'm going to leave it because, I mean, that way we can, if we need to craft armor, we've got it. Because I am going to want to craft up a bunch of armor in the fairly near future because we're going to be, before too long anyway, we are going to actually be using it to set up an armor room. So, we'll throw this stuff into there. There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this off because we don't actually need this stuff here anymore. The storage bus handles all of that. Okay. And I think that's pretty much everything. We've got a couple iron shovels here. I'm going to put these into the filter just to be on the safe side. There you go. And there you go. Okay. And I really think that's it. At long last, this is all finally changed over. The only exception being the ore processing. I'm still leaving that for the time being. Yeah. I mean, I've got so much stuff, and we haven't even set up the mining area. That's the worst thing. So, what we'll probably, I don't know how big it's going to have to get to process everything. It's going to have to get big, though. Eventually, I'll tear that down once we're ready to tear it down. But okay, so that's set up. Let's move on to our actual ore mining. Okay. I'll go ahead and throw this stuff back. Keep our inventory clean this episode. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going for the mining lasers. Just laser. Alright, so the laser drill and the laser drill pre-chargers. Now the laser drills themselves, not very expensive. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's see about ordering one of these. We've actually got a couple focuses, but what am I missing? I'm missing one light. And for that, I'm missing one glow step. So used to having compacting drawers at this time. So let's get ourselves, oh, let me order some plastic sheets. Give me 100 of these. Okay, so there's laser drill, laser drill, laser drill. And laser drill, laser drill. Okay, so we got 6 of them. That's enough for our first platform. Long term, we're probably going to have like 18 of these things, but possibly more if we find the need for it. But for right now, we're going to take just 6 for the first platform. And now that we've got that, that's the easy part. Now we need the laser drill prechargers. These require a lot of the same stuff, double layer capacitors, lights. This stuff's all easy, but this pink slime crystal, okay, this is where it becomes painful. We're going to need a bunch of pink slime balls. Okay, so what we need to do is we are going to have to get our first bit of pink slime. And I don't believe that there's any way to get this bucket of pink slime aside from the standard way. Yes. Just slaughterhouse. Okay. Alright, that's what I was thinking. This stuff can actually take a little while, depending. Let's see, what do I need to make this? I'm going to need a machine chassis and a couple dark axes. That's fine. Got all that stuff already automated. We'll go ahead and order ourselves one of these. And then in addition, I'm going to want a powered spawner. I've got this one from something I was working on a while back. And some kind of spawner. We'll take Evolved Skeleton. Sounds good. Now bear in mind that very, very soon, once we get a little bit farther into space, we're actually going to be setting up a mob area. So I don't mind making mob spawners right now because before too long we're going to be using them. Let's get ourselves a soul vial. And let's get this thing going. Now, I guess the best way to do this... There is no best way to do this. If I recall, the mobs can actually... Can't mobs give us pink slime? I want to say yes. But that could quickly turn into a no. I don't actually remember. It's been a while. You know, since Mine Factory Reloaded hasn't updated to 1.10, it's been so long since I've done a whole lot with it. But let's get ourselves just a couple of these bedrockium drums. And then we'll get some fluid conduits. Pressurized sounds wonderful. And then for right now, I'm just going to set these... let me order... This is just temporary, I promise, but... Let me get some cobblestone. And we're just going to kind of lay this across the floor. So we have a nice, safe place to walk on. And then the fluids, we're going to pump them just over to here. Okay? It's actually a regular fluid conduit right there. I'm going to leave that plugged up for essence right now. Eventually we're actually going to have a legitimate place to get essence. Once we get over to the mob area, we'll get that. We're also going to set up zombie head collection and some other things like that. And that's coming up in the very near future as well. Okay, so that's running. Let me turn that to always active. I cannot remember for sure if this is going to work or not. Well, we're going to find out. Okay, I'm going to say that is the grinder. It's not doing a very good job of grinding at the moment. Okay, so we're going to replace it with the slaughterhouse. I understand these, like, attacks. Okay, now it's killing them. That's the slaughterhouse. I accidentally put down the grinder. That's my fault. Okay, I was thinking, like, it's supposed to be able to get any kind of mob, but it's not at the moment. Slaughterhouse, there's a bit of meat here. Let's go ahead and rotate this thing how it's supposed to be sitting. There we go. Auto extract the meat. And no pink slime yet. There we go. Something just got him. Okay. And it looks like there is pink slime in this now. That's perfect. So now if we plug this up, pink slime can pump into this bedrockium drum. Meat can pump into this one. We'll go ahead and kick this thing back on. Always active. Make me some beetles. And here they come. And these... Basically, pink slime, if you can tell, I mean, we've got 490 so far. Actually, that's a lot, I feel like. It's either been buffed or something, because in the past, it took a while to get a bucket of pink slime. This is actually not that bad. Oh, yeah, we just got, like, another 400. I remember this taking a decent little while anyways. Okay, so we've got enough for a bucket. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for the time being, active with signal. Because this thing actually uses up a lot of power. So does my ore processing area. I don't want to run this stuff extensively, if I'm being perfectly honest. So, okay, guys. You guys need to get off here. There we go. Okay, so let's get a bucket. Now for the fun part. In fact, grab ourselves a bucket of this pink slime. And we'll just go outside here and let's find a place that has a thing. Let's grab this. By the way, I'm going to have to replug up the system as well. Totally forgot about it, but honestly, it's not pressing at all. Because, like, realistically, it's not something that we use all that often. I want to automate the stuff from Botania. I just haven't gotten around to it because we haven't really needed it. And Living Wood and Dreamwood and stuff doesn't really fit our build. We're not really using that, so basically we'll just throw the pink slime down there, give it just a bit. I can't remember if there's a stipulation to this. I thought you just put down the bucket of pink slime and voila. There we go. There we go. Okay, and we'll capture one of those, and we got ourselves a pink slime. Aha. Okay, now honestly the hard part of getting these set up is now done. That's the worst part. So, okay, so we're going to need to, first up we're going to have to make a spawner of this. And to do that, our soul binder, that and that, 20 levels, really? Oh wait, it's applying the anvil, isn't it? It's not, okay. I'm about to say, like, I know one of those steps like 400 levels or something. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab our 20 levels. We'll probably... I've been meaning to set up the soul binder automated and all that good stuff. We haven't done it yet. So, that's the name of the game. How are we doing on power? Beautiful. Okay, that's good because that ore processing system, it's semi-expansive at this point. I mean, it's not as fast as it's going to be, but it does process stuff extremely quickly. Towards the end of the episode, I'll take you guys over there so I can show you guys that. But okay, do I have an anvil left? I remember my anvil breaking. I do not. Okay. So let me get a new anvil. Oh, we have these that's right. We have these slightly damaged ones. Just grab one of these. Oh, I need to get an actual enchanting area set up as well. So it's 300 levels. Okay. I knew it was a bunch. I knew it was a bunch of levels. We haven't made a spawner a bit, but I will say, hopefully in the nearest future, we're going to be making a lot of spawners. So, but to do so, we're going to need a lot of power to actually utilize it. So, let me get 300 levels. For this pack, there needs to be like a 100 level button. I would take 100 levels probably before I'd take the retrieve all. Honestly. Okay. That and that. And backwards and that. Pink slime powered spawner. Pachow. Alright, so now let's get ourselves a conduit. Take this one. And now the hard part's actually done. If I'm being perfectly honest. Let's set up this grinder. Now I will say this part's a little bit power intensive, but I think we have the power generation at this point to handle it. I just don't know with the ore processing system running how that's going to impact it. But we'll see. So anyways, that should still be plugged up to the essence barrel. It looks like it is. Okay, we'll set up our spawner. We're going to say active with signal. And let's get ourselves an octadic capacitor. Getting low on those. But I think I have a bit more bedrockium ready to go. Okay. Does this have a place? Is this where it's pumping items to? I do not know. It looks like... No, yes. What is that chest even for? I feel like that is for... Yeah, I feel like it's for pumping items out of the mob grinding system. Keep in mind all this mob grinding system is temporary. It's very, very temporary. Okay, yeah, I think it is. It's just not plugged up. And I'll tell you what, that's connected to the green connection. We're going to change that over because, of course, we changed our primary color. We're going to change it to cyan. And then item conduits. I'm just going to pull these up. It's easier. And where did you go? There you go. Okay, we'll just plug this onto the back here. I'm going to say you can insert, you can extract, insert. Okay. Okay, that's good. And I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much all we got to do. The compactor, that's on the green line. Well, the loot bags will just get cycled back through. So it's not a big deal if loot bags or something like that come up. So we're going to active without signal. And I tell you what, really, really quickly, let me grab one of your little souls and put it into the attractor obelisk. There we go. So the pink slimes are going to start running towards the attractor obelisk, and we should see, at some point, we should see some pink slime crystals coming in. Oh, actually, this item conduit line is not plugged up at the moment. Okay, I've got to get this plugged up. But you'll notice we're getting a bunch of pink slime balls at the moment, right? So give me just a bit. I'm going to get a bunch of those built up because we're going to need a bunch of laser drill pre-chargers. And to do that, we're going to need a bunch of slime crystals. So I'll be back. Okay, so we've got a bunch of pink crystals now. I left this running for a bit. We have 166. Okay. I will say the setup, some of them hopped out and stuff. They were going all over the place, but that's okay. I've got it turned off now. So we take a look here, our laser drill pre-chargers. We're going to need 24 of these. So we're going to need 24 pink slime crystals. That's crafted with pink slime blocks. Pink slime blocks are crafted just like this. So I'm just going to make a quick recipe here. We're going to say if you take the pink slime crystals, you're going to get the pink slime block. And then let's also make a processing pattern here. Let me grab one of these. And we're going to say that if you take a pink slime block, and we'll just pop over here to one of our furnaces. We'll say, there you go. There's our pink slime crystal. And we'll just encode this. Pow. Okay. So now we should be all set. Let me throw in that recipe. Oh, no, not that recipe. That recipe. And then our ultimate furnaces, we'll throw in this recipe. And then the laser drill pre-chargers. Let's go ahead and encode this recipe. And so now if we ordered, how many did I say we're going to need? 24 of these. So we're going to order, we are missing 59 pink slime balls. Pink slime balls. There we go. So let's go with 16. I don't know why I was thinking 18. Okay, so while that's running, let me go ahead and turn this on for a bit, because we're going to need more of these, so I might as well let this run. So we'll say active without signal, there you go. Make me pink slime. And our laser drill should be done. I'm going to be a few short for right now, like 8 short, that's okay. And actually I've got that pink slime crystal, but that's not going to change it. Okay, so we've got our laser drills and we have our laser drill pre-chargers. Now, in addition, I'm going to want the some way to transfer power, right? And I'm going to use that that thing that we used, this quantum entangler and I actually made 2 extras. I forgot about that, so that's perfect. So what we'll do, we'll set this like right here, and we're going to say this is a new line. We're going to call it mining power. And we're going to say that energy you can input on all sides. Okay, that's pretty much all of that. And then we have to set this up over on Mars now. Then I'm also going to want some energy conduits. We'll get a fair few of those. Then let's also get modular storage. Okay, I haven't taught it all the steps for modular storage. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and just automate making the modular storage stuff. Might as well. And then we'll get the tier 3. What am I missing? A block of redstone. Okay. I'm going to have to, so one thing I need to do real quick is teach it how to make some of these blocks real quick. Since we're not using, we're not using the compacting drawers, which is fine. I mean, I've got plenty of space for recipes. But let's say, like, redstone. There's how you make a block of redstone. Also, glowstone. So that's pretty well sorted, I'd say. And we'll go ahead and throw these recipes in there. After this episode, I'm going to have to make another batch of interfaces and molecular assemblers. Now, I will say that the next episode of Project Ozone, I know there was an episode, yesterday. And that was because my mom came in and, from China and all that. And I just didn't get any time to record on, Monday? So I did all my recording on Tuesday. But the next episode of Project Ozone, we're just going to pick back up tomorrow. Okay, so should be right into another episode right after, right after this one. So, okay, I'm good on oxygen for right now. I've got spare oxygen tanks in here, but... Alright, so if we come through here... And by the way, we're going to set this up probably next episode. Next episode, we're going to be mainly spending on Mars and Mercury connecting these systems up. Okay, that's my plan at the moment, is to get all this stuff kind of sorted and connected and all that fun stuff. Basically, these two sections aren't done yet. These are going to be laser platforms as well, possibly even more than that. I don't know for sure. But this is what we're going to be setting up right now. There's this section right here, and this is kind of the idea for what I want for the lasers. And we may actually expand it out. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see, what we get to and what we feel like. Oh, wait, this needs to be bigger, doesn't it? Ah. Okay, I built this too small. It's not a 3x3, it's a 5x5 that I need. Whoops. Okay, let me pull up like this. We've got 4 right now. We've got enough space here, and then I'll fix the floor in just a bit. We'll put the 4th there. I'm going to have to totally reshape this entire thing. Oh my gosh. Cannot believe I forgot about... okay. Alright, so our laser drill pre-chargers. Honestly, I want a 3-wide walkway with the rails, because these things can actually damage you. But we're going to put the laser drill pre-charger like right there. Put a block there. And then honestly, I guess this is going to have to... Nah, this is going to have to come out. For right now, I'm just going to get some cobble, because I've got to go make a bunch more fort and vect to expand this. So the next laser drill pre-charger, we're going to have it like right here. And we'll just rotate that. And then we're going to have another laser drill pre-charger here. And then one more right here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have our actual laser drill right there. Oh! Duh. These are laser drills. They're not pre-chargers. I apologize so much. I apologize for this entire episode. Okay, so rotate these, rotate that. There we go. Now we're all sorted. Wonderful. And then the next one we're going to set up over here, kind of in the same fashion. I cannot believe I built this out planning for 3x3s. Okay. Laser drill right here. We'll have a pre-charger right there, one right there, one right there. And then we'll bring it out and put one right there. Okay. And we'll just rotate those. Okay. And then the next one, let's see, I'm going to want a border between them. So we're going to have pre-charger here. Laser drill pre-charger. Pre-charger. I was so excited because I was going to be like, oh, look, I've got ready for this episode. We've got some spots here. Yeah, that, that didn't work out as planned. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, laser drill pre-charger there, there, there. That's okay. There was a couple of changes I was thinking about making to this anyway, as far as the layout somewhat. So that's fine. I can do that whenever I go back to fix this whole floor. And laser drill right there. I haven't put the one over there. Okay. And we'll just rotate these like so. And my plan is the main thing on Mars is going to be laser drills. We're going to have a lot of laser drills. And then we're also going to have a sieving system, because there's actually a way I can show you real quick. If you are, let's say the dust versions. Okay, you've got this titanium ore dust, right? Now, of course, you can smelt this and make titanium. But what you can actually do is you can run it through the combiner and make titanium ore. And then you could take that titanium ore and do the quintupling. So that's my plan, is we're going to have a sieving system for things like zinc and stuff that we use a lot. Now, I'm not for sure, honestly, like iron ore, gold ore, stuff like that, because the ore quintupling system, I mean, I have 4 lines of chemical dissolutions and washers and stuff, and it's still, I mean, it's just so much production that, you know, it's very, very intensive on the system, let's say. So depending, I might run iron and gold and stuff through just like, or doubling or something, but we'll see. I mean, if it's realistic, I would like to have it quintupled, but at the same time, I'm going to prioritize things like zinc and mercury and things of that nature. So, I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, we can look right here, and we have slots for up to 6 lenses, right? And these lenses actually increase your chance, and you can actually stack them together. Actually, we'll head to the overworld because I don't want to stand here and then run out of oxygen. Because we have to go through and figure out what lenses we actually want. And what I'm probably going to do is make focused lasers so that it's 6 of one lens. So they, you know, they prioritize in a specific ore. Now, they're still going to have chances to get the other ores and stuff, but the primary ores are going to be the ones listed within the lens. So let's take a quick look at lenses. And we're just going to go through... I mean, I'll edit out a lot of this footage, but no, it's not, oh, what is it? Laser focus or something? Yeah, laser focus. Okay, so we've got all these different colors, and we can hit U and see what they make. So white makes salt, nether salt, zinc. We do need white. So, because I need zinc. I need lots of zinc moving forward. That's also going to give us nether quartz, aluminum, or aluminium, however you want to say it. Then we have the orange one that makes copper, nether copper, ardite. That one I'm not that concerned about, honestly. We've got plenty of these things. Next up, magenta. Magenta makes nothing, so that's good. Light blue, we have diamonds, nether diamonds, osmium, platinum, and shiny. I don't think we actually need, at least as a priority, that's not a priority. Yellow, we have yellowite, cheese, gold, glowstone, sulfur, nether gold, and nether sulfur. None of that's really a priority at this point. Down the road, you know, I may do focused ones, but I think I'm looking for a specific Ceres uranium ore. Question, what is this stuff even used for? So... nuclear bombs, blocks of uranium. We've got uranium chest plates, uranium rods from custom things, nuclear explosive. What about these uranium? I'm pretty sure that we could probably use... oh wait, there's no other uranium in this pack. Okay, but I'm not really seeing a whole lot that uranium is needed for. Lime, I'm going to hold off on, I think, for the time being. Pink doesn't have anything. Gray has steel, nether pig iron, silver, dash. Okay, we definitely want that. So that is gray. And we're going to want that for dash. Next up we have light gray. That does tin, nether ferrous, magnesium, and Saturn magnesium ore. Now this, I believe, we're going to need. Okay, because magnesium ingots, I want to say there's some stuff. Advanced oxygen decompressor, oxygen compressor. That magnesium tiled floor actually looks really good. Alchemical chest from Project E needs that. Next up we have cyan. That only gets Certus quartz, so I have no interest at all in that. Purple is lead and nether lead. No thanks. Blue is lapis, nether mithril, mana infused. Yeah, we're probably going to want this one. Sapphire. It's actually kind of useful. Okay, so that is blue. Next up we have brown. That's iron and nether iron. No thanks. Green is peridot and nether peridot. Red is redstone, nether redstone, and ruby. So I am going to go for red just for the ruby ore because honestly I have no interest in sieving for rubies on Mars. I don't think, we'll see, but I don't think I want to sieve for it. If I can get it from laser drills, that would be perfect. And then we have black. That's coal, titanium, Pluto tungsten, and then silicon. Okay. That's black. So yeah, we're going to go for that one as well. And guess what? That is actually 6. So our first room of laser prechargers can be those 6. That would work out perfectly. Okay, so there's actually a fair few. I was thinking that you could get like mercury and stuff from this. But maybe I was wrong. I think I was wrong. I mean, we'll see. I mean, technically the laser drill has a chance to get like any ore in the game from what I recall, unless it's been changed within this pack. So I think it may just not have a laser assigned to it because the ores only show up in here if they have a laser attached to them. Is the only way they'll show up as having a crafting recipe. So for example, if I looked at, say, Desh ore, you can say it's got a laser, so it shows up in here, you know, as having a chance to pull up Dash. So what we're going to do, let's focus on, first up, I think, white laser focus, because I need this zinc. So I'm going to go ahead and automate. I'm going to have to automate all these, aren't I? Okay, how do you get white ceramic dye? Okay, white ceramic dye doesn't seem to be craftable, which is bizarre to me. Like, this stuff, and there's no other way to get this glass. Okay. But let's go, for example, maybe gray, okay? Gray, I know we can craft the ceramic dye for it. That's not really an issue. We'll get like, we'll get just a stack of it. And let me also get a bunch of glass panes, okay? Which apparently I have not taught it that recipe. So let's teach it that real quick. Give me 1,000 glass panes. That sounds great. Okay, so laser drill, I said that we wanted gray. So we're going to want to make a bunch of these stained glass, and then this, and we want basically 6 of these. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's our gray ones. And then, what did I say that blue could make? I didn't write that down. Okay, blue makes that mana-infused ore. I definitely want that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and go for this blue ceramic dye. We'll get like a stack of that. Really, I don't think we have to really automate this whole process, because it's not something that we're going to be using that much. So I'm just like, whatever. So we'll grab those. And if you guys happen to know how we get white laser focus, do let me know. Because as of right now, there's like no way to get them that I can see. But we'll go ahead and take these first 12 over, and we'll get this set up, because I know we're getting fairly close to wrapping up point. Like I said, next episode we're basically just going to pick back up, and we're going to start connecting Mercury and Mars together. That's my goal. Because once this is set up, then we can actually continue on, I think, with Galacticraft. But I want to get this stuff kind of sorted, and this ore being created, because like mana infused and stuff like that, we need this. Like, we really do at this point. But I guess we'll use these first ones here, and we'll say this one's going to be blue, and then we're going to say that this one is going to be gray. We're just going to load them down. So basically they focus primarily on the blue stuff. I can't remember exactly what bonus, because like, for example, if you take a look at a blue one, for example, the mana infused is 1.91%. I think they all add together, so we'd have like, almost 12% to get the mana infused. We're also going to be getting sapphire, which is great, and cobalt. But for right now, next episode, we're actually going to be plugging up the item transfer system between here and there. But for right now, I'm just going to set up like a temporary like buffer just so we can see kind of what comes out of these and get an idea, like, are we getting, say, you know, all the different items from space and stuff like that. And that's what I'm curious to see with today's episode. Because, of course, I mean, these are going to be prioritizing other things, but I kind of want to see what all, you know, what all kind of spread, I guess, that we get. Now, I can't remember, can I just put item conduits onto this? Or does it have to be a chest and then conduits? I believe conduits would just work. And these conduits aren't going to stay this way, I promise. Let me throw in the storage module. We're going to say that you can insert. We'll just plug that up, because this thing has a 300 item buffer. And these ones, I'm just going to go ahead and plug them up just so that they're running as well. Just because, I mean, I know I don't have laser focus in them. I'll get those crafted here in just a bit. I'm going to do a little bit more research, see if there's a way that I can get white ceramic dye or white lenses laser focus, but if there's not, that's terrible, because that's like how I was planning on getting zinc. I mean, really, zinc, let's see. It's not common. I mean, we can get it from sieving, which is great, but I need a bunch of it. Let's see, if I run this through a combiner, because I know I can do that, it makes this zinc ore. So what all options? That's really just the white laser focus and the combiner. I mean, right there we'll be able to ore quintuple, which will be huge for the zinc, which we'll be working on that here shortly. But okay, so now we need to actually apply power to all of these laser drill prechargers. And right now it's going to be really ugly because, like I said, I've got to change this whole room, so I'm not going to worry too much about aesthetics right this second. Hopefully by next episode we'll get this sorted. So we're going to attach it to the mining power line. We're going to say that for energy, all of these sides can just output, auto eject is on. And then we'll just have to connect up all of these laser drill prechargers. Do just like this. Run it over to here. I'm not for sure. That's another thing I want to see. This episode's kind of just like a test, so to speak, to see how this is going to work, because I don't know how much power these things are going to eat through. I will say that power production is something that we're going to get on fairly soon, because I feel like I'm starting to see all of my engines kicking on at the same time, which, I mean, is fine, but it also kind of worries me because it means we're kind of reaching the cap on that. Now, solar panels is something that, you know, if we had the zinc to do this, solar panels would be great. But as of right now, I don't necessarily have enough zinc to really do much in that regard. So, okay, I need more energy conduits. Give me 100 of these. Oh my gosh, I don't have salt. Which I actually do have salt. It's just not plugged up to the system right now. I still got to plug that up. That's something I almost forgot about. Luckily now, though, I can go back and forth between dimensions and not worry about just Chain Crash City or anything. Let me just grab a few stacks of this. Now, honestly, now that we've got the laser drills, there's a chance we may not even need salt production, because we're going to be pulling in a bunch of salt from the laser drills. So, I mean, I don't know, I may not even worry about automating that. Because I feel like if we had it coming in from the laser drills, because it comes in on white, if I recall. I remember it was one of the laser focus that we were planning on using. I believe it's white for that. And it would just be overkill, I think, to even bother with that. Okay, so these are now plugged up, and we can see they should be shooting out a beam. Or no, I'm sorry, they're not going to shoot out a beam just yet. Let me actually pull that power off. Those have power. This could be a little bit dangerous, because the laser drills, I almost forgot, they have to see the ground. They have to see bedrock. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to... It's been so long. I swear. It actually hasn't been that long since I messed with these, so I think I'm just losing my mind. But they are going to shoot a beam down on us here in a second. Oh, I've got so far to dig. Like, we're at Y level, like, 80 right now. And we need to go all the way down to bedrock, so this is going to take a minute. Basically what I'm doing here is I've actually covered the bottoms until I get the holes dug. I just cover the bottoms with cobblestone, and that way the lasers won't hurt me when I come back up. I did get caught on one, and I had to kind of dig up the side back up, but it's like a little while to dig out, honestly, because it's like 100 blocks that I have to dig down. So, but this is the last one, so woot. Then we can actually check and see how this is, you know, how production of ores and stuff like that is going. Fingers crossed that I'm pretty sure that it can give us pretty much any ore, because I don't think the lasers are actually covering every ore, because I believe, you know, even if it didn't, I mean, I think it can give us like the Mars iron ore and stuff like that, for sure. Because I remember in the past I've had Galacticraft and I get all those different ores, even though they don't show up necessarily on the laser focuses. But I don't know, I mean, this pack, you know, a lot of things are altered within this pack, so it's kind of a toss-up at this point, but we'll see. So anyways, there's our laser lines right there, and if we remove this piece of cobblestone, pow. Okay. So there we go, those are all running. And then let me go attach this energy conduit here. Okay, so far we've gotten some peridot ore. Okay. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh, there we go. Saturn magnesium. There's tin, yellowite, zinc. There's glowstone, aluminum. Another sapphire. I mean, you can see it's pulling in ores at a fairly decent rate at the moment. And I'm not for sure about... let's take a look at this nether sapphire ore, for example. If I can. This sapphire, let's see, it should turn into the sapphire ore, and then I don't know if this can be like quintupled or anything, or if it's gonna like double/triple it. Looks like double/triple, probably through the sag mill, because then you have a 50% chance. What we'll do is we'll automate dark steel balls and have those breaking down like the sapphires and the rubies and the peridots and all of that. So let's see what we've got. We got cheese. There's a little bit of dash coming in. I don't see anything. I mean, we've gotten like the Saturn magnesium and stuff. There's titanium. I don't know. We'll let that run for a bit. I'm not for sure if it will, you know, actually end up doing what we want it to. I don't know. Like pulling in all the different ores. I want to say yes, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not seeing really anything that didn't come from laser focus as of yet. So I can't say for sure. So we shall see. Let me throw down, I'm gonna put it right here for right now. And we'll say, you know, do 4 chunks. That's fine. Okay, I'll let that run for a bit while I was editing footage and stuff. And so let's go take a look real quick. And fingers crossed. I mean, if it doesn't, you know, I was thinking it pulled in like mercury and stuff. It's not on the laser focus list, but I know in the past there's been times where the lasers and stuff, you know, they're supposed to be able to pull up any kind of ore. So I'm honestly thinking if it's not in here, which I don't, you know, see, I'm not seeing like any mercury or anything like that that wasn't on the laser list. So I think it's been set within this pack to not allow that stuff, which, okay, that's fine. But, I mean, you can see we've got a fair amount of stuff that came in. It's not too bad of a haul. We've got a decent amount of zinc. I would love to get white laser focus. I mean, more than anything, I think my primary concern with these is getting dash, getting mana infused, getting zinc. The rest of the stuff is just, it's a plus, you know. Also rubies and sapphires, because really, I mean, that's the thing, like netherrack. For example, we got this crushed netherrack. This stuff, I mean, you can save it to get ardite, titanium, copper, zinc. Actually, I wonder if it's a better chance on zinc. It's also gold, cobalt, tungsten, iron, and nickel. I mean, the main thing, ruby, sapphire, peridot, we can get this from our laser drills. Okay, now depending here, sand, for example, that is a... Okay, so that's a 5% chance. I mean, netherrack... How much netherrack do we have at the moment? 201,000. I could save it. I could also not save it. I don't know. I really don't know. What about endstone? That's actually a curiosity that I have as to what the crushed endstone makes. Lead, silver, draconium, platinum, tin, enderpearl dust, fluix, nether core. Nah. None of that we actually even need. So really the only saving that we need to do is just the sand, gravel, dust, I think. Because I believe that all of those can produce zinc. So we looked at the sand. The dust is a 5% chance to make zinc. And then we've also got this gravel, which is a 5% chance. So yeah, we're going to save all three of those. We're going to continue saving them. But I'm going to move the whole setup and expand it here on Mars. Okay? Because basically what I'm thinking is, like this section here, the left side or the right side, I don't know which one for sure, but one of those is going to be oxygen production. One of those is going to be sieving. Okay, like a whole room of nothing but sieving. And then up here we'll have laser drills running and whatnot. I'm hoping I can get the white lens, because honestly white lens is the one that I want to prioritize the most, like white and blue, I think, and gray for dash. But honestly I think just a bit of dash would be okay. I don't think I need that much of it. Oh, I tell you what though, can we, one thing I want to check real quick is RF tools. Can we do a mercury dimension? Mercury dimlet, mercury ore dimlet. That's what I want. Very, very expensive, but I think that's what we're going to do, okay? Like, we've got this, and that's going to help us with, you know, the mana infuse and things like that. There is ways to automate that in a different way, but if we can have our laser drills producing mana infuse, that's perfect. That's what I want. So I think what we'll do is we'll set up RF tools dimensions in the very near future for mercury ore, for maybe, I'm sure there's blue gems. Like, if we can get every ore... Yeah, see, there's a blue gem ore dimlet. That's perfect. Now, it's very, very expensive. 1.2 million RF per tick maintain cost. Very, very expensive, but I think what we'll do is we'll probably start pushing our power a lot harder and get that stuff sorted and whatnot. That is the plan. So next episode, I mean, I know it's about wrapping up point. I've got 2,000... Whoa! Whoa! So many pink slime balls. Okay, that's great. That is perfect, because we have a ton of slime balls now. I'm going to make a bunch more laser drills. I'm going to fix these platforms so that they're the right size this afternoon, and then we will... Next episode, which, like I said, it should come out tomorrow at the time of this video coming out. Next episode, we're going to plug Mercury and Mars up together with our new item transfer system, because we're not going to use an ender chest. I want to avoid that with this setup, because I think it'll be a lot cooler once we get that in place. So we're going to plug up Mars and Mercury. We're going to plug up the sieving system, the laser drills. Like I said, if you guys know how to get white lenses, do let me know, because I have no actual clue how to get those. Like, no clue whatsoever. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's nothing... Like, there's nothing in here to make the laser focus. Because, I mean, you gotta make ceramic dye, regardless of how you do it. And, I mean, there's nothing... There's no way to make the ceramic dye. So, I don't know. But anyways, I'll keep expanding this. We'll get over here. And then at some point, we'll set up the oxygen system for this. As well. But I will say that I think after next episode, you know, we're going to kind of nail home the whole ore setup system next episode, and then the following episode, I think we're going to get back into a little bit of Galacticraft, you know, the extra planets and stuff, and we're going to continue on, because there's things that I want to set up, and I need the planets. I mean, honestly, it's more the planets than the ores, I think, at this point. Whoa, did you see all those on the mini-map there? Look at this. Look at this orb of, like, doom over here. What is this all pink slimes? Oh my god. Why are they not getting attracted by the obelisk? Okay, I tell you what. I think I have enough of these. Let's stop this. Active with signal. Thanks. Okay, you guys just come on down. Come on over here. Let's go. Follow me. It's like the Pied Piper. This is insanity. Kill them all. Kill every last one of them. But yeah, so that's the plan. Is next episode we'll do that. Then we'll probably get into a little bit more Galacticraft in the following episode and get some planets unlocked, because I would like to get the mob building set up, like the mob area. But what we'll probably do over the next few episodes, we're going to do Galacticraft in the following one after, you know, the ore processing and all that fun stuff. Then we are going to, you know, once we have our planets opened up and stuff, we're going to take a look at power. We're going to try to boost our power, because I can't run mob spawners and continue adding on to the mechanism, you know, quintupling system and all of that, unless I do something with power. I mean, right now we're sitting okay. I mean, if you look right here, it's kind of fluctuating back and forth, but it's staying at, you know, 9 billion. But I want to do something to kind of fix that pretty quick. So there's a few different options that we can do. So I'm going to take all those into account. I will say that once we have a bunch more zinc, I've got 4,163 right now. Our solar panels, I've got 4 solar panel 6s. So I could make a recipe here for solar panel 7s. I'm kind of just letting zinc build up, because we're going to have to do the photovoltaic cells, the tier 3s. It's not really a big concern, but we'll automate those in the very near future. But honestly, one thing I'm thinking about for power is getting into big reactors, because there is a quest for that, a whole quest chain, and big reactors would be very good power generation at this point, I think. It would really help us out. So we may start building out some reactors, and I'll have to set up some reactor rooms and stuff like that, but we'll get into big reactors and then hopefully into big turbines. Big turbines is where the power's really at. And I'm not for sure in this pack. That's one thing I want to look at real quick with you guys. What does it take to make Ludicrite? It's super cheap. Super cheap. If this recipe works, that is super cheap. I mean, it uses Enderium, sure, but yeah, like the thing is, I only have 116,000 Enderium. So, yeah, we may do that. Yeah, so that's the plan, I think. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like we got a bit done. It was a lot of, you know, kind of preparatory work for the next episode. Probably, let's see, not between this episode and next, because I want to get this next episode out, you know, pretty quick, because I want to finish up that ore processing system. But probably after that, I'm going to start working on the platform that kind of goes on the bottom of the base. So at long last, this stuff's going to be covered up. We'll have access points to get down there, but this, you know, it's going to look better from the outside, I think. Because right now, I mean, these sides don't look as bad, but there's no bottom to it. But these sides look pretty bad. So I want to get all that cleaned up here pretty quickly and start actually framing out the base and finish out the roof. And actually, we'll probably put our big reactors over in here, maybe. I think, actually, this area right here would be a good area, because we've got to make sure we have space for the turbines and the reactors. So, I don't know. I'll do some thinking and figure out what I want to do with that before that episode. So, that's still a couple episodes away. So, but anyways, I'm going to quit rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. Stay up to date with when new videos and stuff come out. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, next episode, I will say next episode is going to be a lot of fun, I promise, because we're going to be doing something very unorthodox. If you haven't already seen, I know I've made some comments about it, but if you don't know, it's something very unorthodox for item transport, and I think you guys will enjoy it. I know I'm really excited, but I've been waiting for this for like the last couple weeks, because I've been like, well, we had to do the AE transition and everything. I was like, come on, I want to do the ore processing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys then.